about your offering. And I think you're like right after me.
Thanks, yeah, I am. And in the morning after your offering, I'll be talking about energy healing and Reiki, what it is, what it feels like, how it can help you. Really, in a more expansive way, I'll be talking about how to raise your vibration and heal yourself through everyday choices.
Right, I love the idea of healing yourself, because everybody's always looking so outside themselves for the answers. And in my half a century plus on this earth, I will say that the answers really lie within. Like in here, we have all the tools that we need. We have all the tools to heal. And I feel like people just need direction and support and education and guidance, encouragement. These are all really good, powerful words. The Healing Wheel Ascend Retreat. Join Julie and I there along with Summer and Stacy for a day of inspiration and growth in the most beautiful, beautiful atmosphere.
I needed major surgery on both my hips. I was born with hip dysplasia. I was 2 months preemie in the 70s. I weighed 3 pounds. They told my parents I would be challenged in a whole lot of ways. So when I graduated as the valedictorian of my college, my mom wanted to send that degree to those doctors who scared her so badly and tell them to stick it. Basically, bring this perfect storm together. I was depressed, I had insomnia, I had eczema, I had acid reflux. I developed Graves' disease, which is a thyroid disorder. It's an autoimmune disorder. Vitiligo, you name it, I was a wreck. And you take this apathetic, overwhelmed, numb feeling to a traditional doctor, and of course they want to prescribe you with an antidepressant. Not taking anything away from pharmaceuticals, okay? I'm a champion. But for me, personally, it felt like a Band-Aid. I knew there was something else missing, and it turned out it was me. I was completely disconnected from my soul, my higher self, from spirit in general, whatever your framework is for that. I was completely disconnected. I went on a search because I was tired of being miserable. We all have this inner critic in our head, inner bitch, whatever you want to call her. My mean girl was in overdrive, and I was tired of listening to it. So I happened to find Reiki, and it led me on a quest, basically, and I learned all about our energetic health. So I think a lot of us are used to, we know about our physical health, we're supposed to exercise. We know mental health, right? You know, we're supposed to self-care, self-love, all these wonderful things. Well, I'm here to get you to focus on your energetic health. So everything is energy. We're all made of it, we're all connected by it, we're all nourished by it, and it's full of information. So as a psychic medium, I can tell you, our energy, all of this wonderful energy that connects us to the universe, that connects us to each other, is full of information. We all hear that it's empty space, and I agree. Okay, I get it. If we condensed all of our mass from our bodies, it would fit on the head of a pin, right? I mean, this kind of stuff, as soon as we start talking about quantum mechanics, my mind kind of glazes over a little bit. The important takeaway here, of course, is energy. It's all about energy. When we go to think about our emotions, today I'm going to be talking about the spectrum of emotions. So we've got literally low frequency emotions, grief, guilt, shame, self-criticism. It's literally a lower vibration emotion, okay? But on the opposite end of the spectrum, here's the good news, is we have all these wonderful high frequency emotions. Joy, compassion, generosity, love, excitement, all these wonderful things, okay? But at their fundamental basis, our emotions are neurochemical reactions, right? And learning how to control the thoughts that create these emotions is absolutely vital to happiness. At least it is for me. It might be for you too. So this is that emotional spiral I was talking about. All of these low frequency emotions that don't feel good. We all have them. But what we're reaching for, what feels better, of course, is the higher frequency emotions. You've heard of your auras, your chakras. Turns out they're real, okay? And they're really important. It's how our personal energy interacts with our bodies and with the world around us. And it's the first layer of our immune system. Anybody care about your immune system these days? It all starts in your energy. All physical ailments manifest first in your energy before they become actual physical symptoms. And as we go through our days and we have these shameful, critical, guilty, depressing thoughts, right? They're literally getting caught in our energy fields, and it's like hair in the drain, okay? It doesn't feel good. And eventually, over time, you start getting all these physical symptoms, the eczema, the thyroid issues, the insomnia. All of this stuff starts in our energy. And then it manifests physically. The interesting thing is we can point to different parts of our bodies where we tend to hold different emotions. For instance, our gallbladders, we tend to start having gallbladder issues. If we have chronic shame, resentment, bitterness, the liver holds rage, the kidneys hold fear, the heart holds grief. So when you get in a fight with your partner and your chest hurts, literally that's a power loss from your heart chakra. You're worried about something at work and you start having a stomach ache, it turns into acid reflux, you know the drill here. You're holding your stress in your body, and it all starts in your energy field. I'm sure you're all familiar with this idea, right? These chakras and what they correspond to. So what's interesting to me, I like the science behind things. My degree was environmental science. Like I said, I came from a science background. I don't want to just hear that I've got energy and I need to control it better, and then I'll feel better, okay? There is actually a scale. They have measured this, and they've devised a way of categorizing and measuring human emotions. It's measured in hertz. Literally, it's reflecting what I'm talking about here. Low frequency emotions that get stuck in our energy, that don't feel good, that make us sick. These joyful, wonderful emotions that we all love to feel are like Teflon. They slide right out of our experience. We need constant reassurance. Basically, what I'm saying is, we all need to stop beating the drum of what's wrong in our lives, what's wrong with our bodies, what's wrong with our jobs, what's wrong with our finances, because we all do it all day long, and start beating the drum of what's right and of what we want to experience, because then we can start attracting that into our lives. Recently, in a meditation, I found myself, she reared her ugly head, okay, this inner critic, and I literally, in my head, ripped off a piece of duct tape and put it over her mouth. Like, I've heard enough. You got the first 40-something years, the rest is mine. I don't want to hear it anymore, okay? Zip it. So rather than listening to the voice of reason, let's tune in to the voice of love. It feels better. You've been criticizing yourself your whole life. How has that worked for you? Let's stop it, please. Let's choose joy. We'll get to some tools that'll help us do that. But basically, for me anyway, I grew up, I would observe things, I would have an emotional reaction. It's pretty normal. What I'm saying is if you start your day, find your emotional set point that feels good, then go out, and you know what you'll start observing is things that support this emotion that you are seeking, that you are crafting, okay? We are not victims of our experience here on Earth. We are not the prisoners of the physical human condition. We are its champions. Self-critical thoughts are literally torturing ourselves. It clogs up our energy, it affects our body, it doesn't feel good, it's no fun. You know, I think contrary to popular belief, life is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to feel good. But it doesn't just show up at our doorsteps, we have to seek it out. Now, sadly, I do not have time today to go through these books, but I would love to, and I know some of you are probably familiar with them. If you have not read Esther Hicks, do yourself a favor if it is the only book, if you only pick one book this whole year to read, grab one of these. It's all about the law of attraction and how we manifest joy into our lives. And it works. 4 months ago, I said to the universe, to my team, to my angels, you know, I've never done a wellness retreat. I think I might like to be involved in that. Maybe I'd like to speak. Maybe we could dance around a bonfire, play some drums. And I found Melissa. Well, the universe dropped her in my lap, to be fair. Here I am, okay? So this is probably intuitive. I'm not gonna read all of this to you. But basically, it's talking again about our emotions, the low frequency, the high frequency, how we're hurting ourselves versus healing ourselves, destructive emotions and thoughts versus constructive emotions and thoughts. So I just want to open your awareness, and some of you may already be aware, and good for you. Maybe that's why you got here, right? And how these emotions manifest into behaviors. If you're guilt tripping yourself, if you're withdrawing, if you're blaming, if you're harming yourself, if you have negative habits, you're caught in these lower frequency vibrational emotions. Yes. And of course, what we're all reaching for is, you know, yoga, time in nature, forgiveness. Oh, the freedom we find through forgiveness. Can I just take a little sidebar here? It doesn't feel good to be angry at people. And I'm not saying they don't deserve it. When you forgive them, it's not absolving them of their behavior or of how you feel you were wrong. It is crafting inner peace for yourself. Because when you are angry, of course, you're not punishing them. Well, you might be. But you're punishing yourself. It doesn't feel good. And I'm saying, do whatever it takes to feel better, please. Now you probably can't read that, and that's okay. It's just kind of fun to look at. But it's talking again about where we hold these different emotions, where we hold our trauma, our wounds. We've all got them. Even if your life has been pretty fantastic, you've got trauma, you've got wounds. It's in there somewhere, and it doesn't feel good. This morning, when we were doing the sound bath with the bowls, you may have noticed the sound of the bowls rising up the scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, up through the chakras, literally resonating with and clearing out the energy. So we've started this wonderful process today of clearing space, and that's where we start healing. But we can point to symptoms of blockages, energy blockages, in the different chakras. So, real quick, root chakra, grounded to the earth. It's basic survival. Do we feel safe? Are we fed? When you are overly fearful, when you have been threatened, maybe you've gone through some physical trauma with a partner, you may begin to have physical symptoms in this area. Maybe it's your hips. Maybe it's your knees. Maybe it's your feet. Okay? All I'm doing is inviting you to sort of look back into some of your physical pains. Maybe you have some religious trauma. Maybe you were raised in a really strict or really orthodox or really whatever household. That can manifest there. Crown chakra, blocked by materialism and lack of divine connection. So I know for certain, when I went to my first Reiki session, my mentor, Mary, put me on the table, explained what was going on. I was completely disbelieving and skeptical, but I was willing to try anything. She checked my chakras and she said, whoa, you're blocked up tight. I had a lot of hair in the drain, energetically speaking, okay? Now this changes every day for all of us. They change constantly. And there's no judgment in it. It just is what it is. It's just part of life. How the heck do I know which of my chakras are blocked? Where do I need to work, okay? This is just a representative graphic, of course. Maybe you're really angry. Maybe you feel a low self-esteem. Maybe you're afraid. Maybe it's financial issues, maybe it's physical issues. But you can feel it in your body. And the Reiki master can sometimes tune into it and help you pinpoint where it is, what it is, to help you work through it. So this is just a representation of how you might feel when you're blocked versus when you're free-flowing and your life force energy is flowing through the pipes without any clogs, right? Being lonely and depressed versus feeling inner peace, okay? feeling like you've got writer's block versus constantly having new ideas and enthusiasm for life, okay? Having low energy, having high energy. Certainly you've all heard of doing positive affirmations. I'm a huge fan. It works for me, it drowns out the inner critic, okay? And this is just a simple representation of some of the positive affirmations that you can use to help you address these issues that are focused in your various energy centers, okay? Frankly, I think we should all take this to our mirrors. Every morning, when you get out of bed, if your first thought could be, oh, good morning, Julie, I love you. Right? Cheesy, but it works. Have this on the mirror. Literally say, I am divine, I am connected, I am expressive, I am loved, I am strong, I am creative, I am safe. And if this became your mantra as you went through the day and you could drown out this inner critic, how much better might you feel? You might fall in love with your life again. You might fall in love with yourself again. Basically, the benefits to each of the chakras, and again, working from the ground up, increasing a sense of security, a sense of belonging, increasing joy, libido, playfulness. When was the last time we all gave ourselves permission to play? Your inner child is dying for you to give her or him permission to love themselves, to play, to have fun. We all take ourselves so damn seriously. Improving communication, improving imagination, improving spiritual connectivity. So I think we're all reaching for this confirmation. There's more to life than wake up, go to work, pay the bills, clean the house, run the errands, take care of the kids, right? There is so much more to life, and it just takes a little tuning, okay? For me, it's energetic tuning is what opened it up. Okay, so earlier you heard me mention that I'm an empath. Probably most of you are too. And you may or may not be familiar with this term. But real quick, it's more than just knowing how someone feels, even though that's definitely part of it, and it's important, right? It helps you with interpersonal communication. You can just feel when someone is upset. You can walk into a room, and you just know people have been arguing. It just feels staticky and unsettled, okay? But more than that, empaths are energetic sponges. So as you're walking through your day, unprotected, you are literally like a magnet for other people's energy. And most people have pretty chaotic energy. They have a lot of hair in the drain too, okay? And if you're picking that up, it's just adding to whatever overwhelm you already had going on. So, if any of these apply to you, large crowds kind of freak you out, maybe you need some time alone to recharge, maybe you need some time in nature and some yoga and meditation and journaling to feel better, chances are you're an empath. But it's okay. It's a good thing to be an empath. And here are some really simple tools to help you manage it, okay? These are the 4 pillars of empath survival. Grounding, you've probably all heard of that. It's so simple, so many of these tools, it's just visualization, it's intention, okay? It's literally, maybe even a couple times a day, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and envision a cord of white light energy going down your spine, connecting you to the center of the earth. I like to wrap it around a big red stone in the center of the earth. And for me, it's just a reminder. My energy is grounded. I love the earth loves me. I'm grateful for the abundance that she provides. And I invite any energy to kind of flow to the earth, okay? And at one point, I kind of felt guilty about that. Like, the earth does so much for me, and here I am just giving her all my junk. But luckily, a friend said to me, think about it like a plant. When you breathe out carbon dioxide, it would be toxic to you, right? But the plant needs it. Gives you back oxygen. I like to think of it like this with the earth when we ground our energies. It's symbiotic, okay? I choose to believe that she turns my negative energy into beautiful forests. Clearing, so this is really important. Easy way to do it is at the end of the day, if you shower, set the intention that the water is not only cleansing you, which is great, please do it, but that it's washing everybody's energy off of you. And watch it go down the drain. Shielding, okay, again, this is really simple and it's just visualization, but it works. Do you remember in The Wizard of Oz when Glinda the Good Witch comes down in the pink bubble?
Mm-hmm.
I like to imagine myself in the Glinda the Good Witch pink bubble. You can make your bubble however you want it to look, right? You can play, be creative. You can put mirrors all around the outside of it like a disco ball, okay? You can set the intention, only positive energy in or out. I don't want it. I guess it's like when we were kids, like, I am rubber, you are glue, whatever you say bounces off of me, sticks to you. Do that with people's energy, please. You don't have to absorb it. It's not doing them any good, and it's certainly not doing you any good. So I'm just inviting you to have some energy awareness, because I know it sounds weird, but it works and it's gonna help. And if you have a framework where you work with angels, for me, Archangel Michael is like my badass bouncer angel. He's my guardian. It just is. I work with him every day. And I always invite him to make it like a force field. Okay, especially if I'm going somewhere crowded. I invite him to protect my energy. And replenishing things like this. Things that make you happy, that make you joyful. Whether it's gardening, hiking, playing with your dog, reading a book, taking a bath, doing Reiki, doing acupressure, doing massage. There are 1,000 different things you can do, but please just do them. Find what works for you. We're all different, thank God. How boring would it be? So you might be thinking, great, you just told me I'm all clogged up. And I'm an energetic sponge. What the heck am I supposed to do about it? So, we've all heard 1,000 different ways to raise our vibration. I think I've tried them all. Gratitude journaling, great stuff. Dancing, singing, hugging, again, great stuff. We all know the things that lower our vibration, because they're the things that don't feel good, okay? I hate to tell you, but alcohol lowers your vibe, sorry. Not saying don't do it, do whatever you want to do. But if you're tuning in, you might find it doesn't feel great afterwards. Feels great at the time, feels not so great afterwards. Yelling, arguing, blaming, resentment, guilt, anger, ugh, all this stuff, right? Things that raise your vibe. Basically, it's anything that feels good. But for me, this is the one. This is the key to the kingdom for me, okay? This is when it got fun. This is when it got interesting. How many of you in the room have ever had a Reiki healing session? Oh, good. How many of you have taken a Reiki class and are some level of practitioner or master? Awesome, thank you. For the rest of you who are wondering, what the heck is Reiki? It is an ancient Japanese energy healing modality. I know that sounds woo-woo, but hang with me. As with all things spiritual, I invite you to keep what resonates, what feels true and good for you, chuck the rest out the window, okay? It's not a religion. It doesn't conflict with anybody's religious beliefs or frameworks. It doesn't invite you to believe in anything. It works regardless. There are all sorts of hospitals and medical facilities around the country that are starting to incorporate Reiki into their integrative medicine programs. I've recently taken on the role of program director for LifeSpark Cancer Resources. We are a troop of volunteers that give Reiki to cancer patients when they're undergoing chemotherapy. Fabulous program. And I'm hoping that we're going to expand it. I'm hoping we're going to end up in the operating rooms. That's my goal. Briefly, I'll tell you that I have 2 sons. One's a sophomore at Boulder, one's a junior at Air Academy. 3 years ago, my older son had his wisdom teeth out. Maybe some of you have done this. Had all 4 out, had all 4 dry sockets.
Oh no.
Oh God. He was infected. His face looked like a watermelon. It was not a good look. I wasn't able to be in the operating room with him. A month ago, my younger son, all 4 wisdom teeth out, same deal. But I was able to be in the operating room with him, and I gave him Reiki the whole time. And I'm here to tell you, he didn't even swell up. He took nothing but Advil. He went rock climbing 3 days after his surgery.
Whoa.
He was eating almonds within the week. I mean, y'all, I can't even tell you the difference in the experiences. Reiki can be very subtle. Now, as Americans, I think especially, we're not big fans of subtle. We aren't particularly patient. We want like a fully lit billboard. Enlightenment this way, take this pill. okay? It's not like that, sorry. It's not a silver bullet. It requires patience and trust. It can take you several sessions to tune in and really feel it, but it's worth pursuing. It's worth sticking it out, okay? So what the heck is Reiki? It is, if we're looking at that spectrum again, right? It's higher frequency energy than anything we can create within ourselves, okay? And whatever your framework for is fine. It's chi, prana, universal life force energy, heaven sent, whatever you want to think about it, that's okay, okay? Just think about it, just try it, okay? I think when you receive a Reiki session, because I'm a visual person, in my head, it's like pouring hot water over ice cubes, okay? We've got these knots, these tangles, these wounds. It flushes them out. If you want to think about Reiki like Drano, do it, okay? In a really gentle way, it's like a chiropractic adjustment for your energy field. I like to think about it as prayer in action, okay? So many of us, we hear about something terrible going on in the world, we send thoughts and prayers, and that's great, we should do it. It helps, it really does. But for me, I wanted to take the next step. I don't want to just send thoughts and prayers. I actually really want to feel like I'm helping the energy to heal. This energy around this situation, around this person, around this country, around this war, around this natural disaster, whatever it is. And for me, Reiki enables me to do that. So basically what she's saying is, like I mentioned, all of our disease, our dis-ease, starts in our energy, and Reiki helps us heal that at a really fundamental level. Consciously, subconsciously, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all the E's. It works across the spectrum. What does it feel like? It's amazing. It can really feel amazing. Some days it feels like nothing. And that's okay. Even when it feels like nothing, you're still getting the healing benefits of the energy, okay? It can be different for everyone. It can be different depending on who you're receiving it from. It can be different based on what your body needs that day. For me, you know when music gives you goosebumps, lights you up like a Christmas tree? Giving and receiving Reiki, I get that. Waves and waves of energetic, static awareness. I don't even know what to call it, but it feels really good. I had one client who said it felt like I was pouring sand over him and then lifting it off one grain at a time. What a cool description, right? What a cool feeling. Frequently, people will get really, really heavy limbs. Like if you've ever done hypnosis and you remember like you couldn't have lifted your body if you had to. It can be like that. It can feel really floaty. Some people are very visual. They see angels or deceased loved ones or spirit animals, depending on the day or the person and what they need. Sometimes I see all of that with them, and sometimes we see the same things.
Cool.
A lot of people fall asleep, and that's awesome. I love to hear people snore. Not my husband. But the reason I love to hear people snore on my table is because there's a really magical thing happening when you get that really floaty feeling like a good shavasana at the end of a yoga class. When you're almost asleep, or maybe you're just waking up and you're not sure what planet you're on, right? You have dropped out of that busy beta brainwave, that fight or flight response that most of us live our lives in. It stresses our bodies, and we're literally dropping down into an alpha or a theta brainwave. And that's where the magic happens. So instead of your sympathetic nervous system pumping cortisol and all these toxic hormones and chemicals through our bodies, right? When your parasympathetic nervous system kicks on, you go into rest and restore mode. All of your natural healing abilities can click on. We're allowing your body to heal itself. And I love this. You can shift from a human doing back to a human being. You give yourself permission to rest, and it's beautiful. And some of us need help getting there. So, like I mentioned, the benefits of Reiki are huge. Reducing stress and tension, helping you relax, helping you sleep, boosting your immune system, helping your digestion, relieving the effects of chemotherapy. It just kind of, it's whatever you need it to be. So does it stop working the second you get off the table? Because I'm not going to spend $80 to feel good for half an hour, or an hour, maybe afternoon. it plants these little positive seeds. So when I started giving my husband Reiki to help him fall asleep at night, even though he's a biochemist and an IT guru and he thinks it's all hippy-dippy garbage, it helps him fall asleep. And you know what? After a couple months, he quit drinking. He's become a vegan, and now he's an ultra-marathoner.
Wow.
I'm not saying it's all the Reiki, but it helps. It allows us to raise our inner peace baseline. It helps us take a moment, we've got some space, to respond rather than react when things come at us, okay? Opens the door to this idea of energetic awareness, of prioritizing our energetic health. And it opens the door to other beneficial healing modalities. So like I said, give yourself permission to feel better. Explore, play, find whatever works for you. Maybe it's not Reiki, and that's okay. For me, I was always interested in mediumship, but like I said, I thought you had to be born a medium. I thought you had to see ghosts as a kid. I didn't have any of that. I was just sad. Frankly, 20 years ago when my grandfather died, I watched all the John Edward crossing over shows. Anybody else here like John Edward? James Van Praagh, Sylvia Brown, John Holland, you name it. I was just like, wow, this is fascinating. We actually do survive death. We actually do have an eternal soul, and we can prove it. Bring it. That's amazing. I want to see it. The first time it happened to me was 6 weeks after my Reiki master training. One of my dear friends, God bless her, was my Reiki guinea pig, because even though I got into Reiki just for me, suddenly I was walking around all day with my hands and my feet tingling, as my hands and feet chakras were opening to the energy and tuning in. And I realized, okay, maybe this is not just about me, maybe this is for other people. Midway through my Reiki session with her, I became aware that her mother had joined us at the table. Now in life, I had never known her mother. She had passed 10 years before I met my friend. And all I can say is, I felt this amazing wash of unconditional love. How many of you here have children? Okay. Do you remember that moment in the hospital? You've been pregnant forever. You've been in labor forever, and you're so excited to meet this beautiful baby. And they finally hand you that beautiful baby. And your heart just like wants to explode out of your chest, right? That's the feeling my friend's deceased mother washed over me. And I burst into tears. And I thought, oh my God, if my friend opens her eyes right now, she's gonna think I've lost the plot. But I couldn't help it, because suddenly I knew her name started with a P and was 2 syllables. And I knew my friend wore a necklace that I'd never seen that was in her mother's honor, that she'd given to her for her 16th birthday. And I knew her mother loved houseplants. And it's one of those, I'm standing at her feet, arguing with myself, like, oh my God, I can't say this. I cannot say this. What if I'm wrong, right? That's our fear. What if I'm wrong? What if I'm making this up? What if my imagination's on overdrive, breakfast didn't sit right, I don't know what's going on, but she's gonna think I've lost it. But it felt so real. It was because of that wave of love that hit me that it made me feel brave enough. And so I said to her, we got all through, and I said, here's the thing. I think your mom joined us. Did her name start with a P, have 2 syllables? And of course she busts out crying. Her mother's name was Pauline. She does wear a necklace that her mother gave her for her 16th birthday. And she had an entire room in her house dedicated to houseplants. I was hooked. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I've got superpowers. I'm an Avenger. It's not always that good. It's not always that easy. But sometimes it is, and it's amazing. What greater healing can there possibly be than having actual evidence that our loved ones that we think we've lost are not lost? They're around us and they're excited to communicate, and they just need a little help getting through. So here's where I'm going to blow your minds a little bit. Reiki works from a distance. Quantum mechanics is amazing. It's all I can say. I have another fun story about it, but I don't want to run over time and crowd Stacy. But just know that it works from a distance. In the past year, all of our Reiki sessions with all of our immune-compromised chemotherapy patients have been from a distance, and they have all the same physical sensations. Anyone can learn Reiki. You don't have to be born with any, superpowers. If you're fascinated, and I'm going to shamelessly promote myself here, I do teach Reiki. I'm doing a 1-2 class in October, and I'm doing a master class in November. You have to have 6 months in between the classes, but if you've already taken 1-2, you can sign up for the master. Someone here's done that already. So basically, I guess that's my story. That's my truth. Reiki's amazing. I invite you all to try it. I will be doing a few sessions here today. Of course, there's only so much time and there's only one of me. So if you did not get signed up and you want to try it, my cards are all over the place. They're orange. Please feel free to call me and try a Reiki session. It lasts about an hour, and it works for everyone. So meditation is helping you connect to your divine inner light. We've all got it. We're all energetic beings. We are all eternal. Eternity does not start when we die. We are in the midst of it already. Okay? We all know this at a deep soul level, but we've been bombarded with all this physical, 3D, earthly stuff since the moment we arrived, right? And we've kind of forgotten a little bit. So today I would like to remind you of your divine inner light and help you tune into it. Some people struggle to meditate. I get it. We cannot turn off our brains completely, but we can turn down the volume. And that's all we're seeking to do. If you find yourself worrying about your grocery list or what you're going to cook for dinner, it's okay. Totally normal. But invite those thoughts to continue on their way. It helps me to put all of my thoughts into balloons, set them aside for a moment, and they'll be there for me to pick back up when I'm done focusing on my light. So if that works for you, please do it. Okay? As we close our eyes, if you feel safe to do so, we breathe deeply and slowly. We breathe in the powerful healing energy of the earth up through our feet and into our bodies. As we breathe out, we release doubt and expectations. We release the controls and weights and limitations of the earthly realm. This time, this awareness, this connection is a gift that we give to ourselves to uplift, to enlighten, and to empower. No one needs anything from you in this moment. We give ourselves permission to relax and to release and to be in the present moment. Move your awareness to your conscious mind. And although we cannot completely still our thoughts, we can slow down our thoughts. Set aside your busy mind, allowing it to rest. And give yourself permission to explore peace. As a thought crosses your mind, see it and release it. As the next thought appears, see it and release it too. As it vanishes out of your consciousness, find the beautiful space between thoughts. After one thought ends and another begins, and try to stay there. Find a peaceful resting place between conscious thoughts. Allow yourself to float away on the sound of my voice. Settle into the flow. It is in this beautiful space between thoughts that we can connect to our own spirit and hear our own soul. Use your breath as a focal point to return to and to calm your mind. Deep inhales and deep exhales. Subdue your mind and just breathe. Bring your awareness to this moment. Stop fretting about the past. Stop worrying about the future. In this moment, your needs have been met. You are safe, and you deserve some peace. Set aside your busy thoughts. And on your next inhale, bring in all of the love, all of the light, and all of the power that the universe has to offer you freely and lovingly. As you exhale, just visualize releasing worry, stress, tension, and just breathe. Release resistance and allow. Bring in the light, bring in the love, and release whatever no longer serves you. Just be here. As you focus on your breath, shift your awareness now to the beating of your heart, on the pull of gravity anchoring you to the earth. Bring your awareness to your body and relax your muscles, starting at the top of your head, releasing tension from your scalp, softening around your eyes, around your mouth, releasing your shoulders, your chest, releasing your belly, settling more comfortably into your seat, relaxing your knees and your feet, inviting tension to flow from your body, as if your body was weighted down, your muscles fluid, allowing time to slow down and release its hold. Breathe in heavenly love and light from above, down through the top of your crown chakra. As you breathe out, feel the energy of spirit flow throughout your body. Find any remaining tightness or tension you may be holding, and feel it moving down your body. Feel it leaving your body into the earth where it dissolves. And just breathe. For a moment, I invite you to remember a cherished memory of pure joy, pure unconditional love. Perhaps it was the birth of a child, or a beautiful moment of clarity and connection. Maybe the achievement or celebration of a significant accomplishment. A time when you felt utterly awash in love and well-being. Maybe a time when you felt truly seen and appreciated. A moment where time stopped and you felt divinely aligned. Maybe you can't think of one, and that's okay. Maybe instead you could imagine how you will feel when you accomplish a long-held goal or a dream. A moment of radiant relief or excitement. Recall or imagine the sights, the sounds, the colors, the sensations of that moment, and breathe into that experience. Allow it to fill up every cell of your body. Where were you? Who was there with you? What did you feel? Savor that glowing, soaring feeling of love, opening your heart. And now maybe actually lift your chest just a touch and surrender to these emotions. Radiate the love of this moment. Now shifting your awareness deeper inward to your soul, to your true self, your higher self, that beautiful, eternal, and ethereal being that resides deep within your physical body for your time here in this physical world. Feel your soul. Feel your essence, your true and authentic self. It is who the spirit world and God sees, and it is how spirit communicates to us and through us. Your soul comes to this physical world to love, to learn, to create, to grow. Your soul cannot be destroyed. It simply changes form. Tuning into this inner light is the easiest, most natural thing in the world. Sit with your soul, deep inside your physical body. Feel your energy and power. Love your soul, your inner spark. Honor your soul, and just sit with it for a moment. Feeling, loving, honoring your own unique and beautiful energy. As you tune into your inner light, invite your soul to rise and feel into the energy. You are divine. You are worthy. You are enough. You are connected and protected, and you are loved beyond measure. Focus on your light. Feel the light and power of your soul, and feel that light start to grow. Build your light as it fills your chest, bigger, brighter. Feel your light growing, expanding all through your body, into your arms and hands, your hips, your knees, your feet, your toes, bigger and brighter. Continue to expand your light into your shoulders, up through your neck and into your head. This light has no limit. Filling your entire body with light. Feel your light, feel your power coursing through your body, touching every bone, muscle, organ, every cell, every strand of DNA is filled with your light. See yourself as a divine being of pure white light, bigger, brighter. As you expand your light out of your skin and into your aura, into your energy field, out into the room, filling the entire room with light, bigger, brighter. Send your light out of the room, across the planet, around the globe. Your light touches the planet, and as you send your power, your love, and your light, you send love to the entire world. As your light moves across the world, connect with the power of nature. Meld with the awesome, thundering power of the waterfalls. Blend with the energy of the crashing ocean waves. Feel the volcanoes erupting. Float with the towering storm clouds. Embrace the power of every animal, every living being. Harmonize with the power of life and creation on this earth. Bring in this power, bring in this light, bring in this energy as you harmonize with life on our planet. Building your light, expanding it further, up into the atmosphere, above the planet, into the solar system, out of the solar system, into our galaxy, out into the universe, touching every solar system, every planet, every moon, every star, everything in the universe is touched by your light now, by your power. Continue to meld, to blend, to harmonize with the power and energy of the universe. The energy is added to your own light, to your own power. Feel the power of the universe as you add it to your light. Bigger, brighter. See your light moving through the entire universe. You are bright. You are powerful. You are a being of pure white light. And now from a distance, feel and see an even brighter light traveling toward you. This is the light of God in the universe, the light of spirit. And this light meets your light. Blend and meld with the power. Harmonize with the universe. Adding this brilliant light to your own light. Feel the incredible love, the power as it moves through your light and strengthens it. You are divine. You are worthy. You are loved. You are precious and powerful. You are awash with power, filled to overflowing with it. Add this power and energy to your light. Add this love to your light, to your power. Bring it in. Bring it in deep inside your spirit. You are pure love. You are pure light. Feeling confident, powerful, loved, whole, and utterly supported by the universe. There is nothing you cannot be, do, or have. Feel this light burning strong deep inside yourself, and know that you can always blend with the incredible power of nature and the universe whenever you choose to. Slowly begin returning your awareness back to Earth, to your physical body, and just breathe. Sit with your soul and send it love. Feel the love radiating. Honor your soul. Honor this life force. Honor your bravery and courage, your resilience and flexibility, and just be with the essence of your spirit and just breathe. And when you're ready and in your own time, shift your awareness gently back to where you're sitting, to the feeling of the floor beneath you, maybe wiggling fingers and toes, and slowly returning, knowing that you have recharged your energy, aligned with your true self, and that you have enabled joyous and powerful healing within. This light, this love, is always there for you, whenever and wherever you want to tune into it. You are always connected to it. You cannot be disconnected. It's intrinsic. It is your birthright. And it is only a matter of fine-tuning your awareness when you choose to.